I think we should just let Furiosa host the show this time. Here, Furiosa, say something funny and intelligent. Come on. Give us your wit and charm. Don't lick the microphone. Honestly, that's not the worst thing to ever happen to a microphone. Like, do you remember when we went to see Defanged in Denton?
Oh, yeah. It was like that house show in Denton.
Yeah. And the fucking dude had, like, the microphone, like, full on inside his mouth. Like, singing and jumping around and, like, rolling around on the floor and shit.
It was fucking
just like,
great. Defanged is fucking wild.
Dude. Fuck yes. Great live show.
I don't think they're a band anymore, though. I think they've moved on to another one called Proxy.
Yeah. They've, like, reformed, or, like, maybe some of the other members did another thing.
I don't know, but if you look, I put Proxy on the Twitter, like, a whole lot. I think, actually, a whole lot, like, twice or whatever. I don't know. When I first heard that Proxy demo, it was the shit. But I don't know, man. In Denton, I've always been like at some really just wild ass fucking shows.
Dude, Denton has the greatest house shows, for real though.
We went to this old, it was like me and Gex. It's the first time I lived in Denton. It was like 2017. Was it 2017? No, it was like 2013.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like 2013. We went to this fucking show at like a fucking like taco spot. And I don't know how like all the taco stuff was shut down. It was all just fucking show. And then they had this fucking mattress. This mattress just got fucking shredded. It was crowd surfing, and there was like about like 40 fucking stinky kids shredding a mattress.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
just,
it was
like
fucking
ripping
cool.
it apart?
No. I mean, like they were standing on the mattress, like treating
like
it like
they were literally surfing, using the mattress as a surfwind.
Yes, they were like
on top
shredding
of the crowd.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. That's awesome.
Fun.
Man, I wish I could have gone to that shit. Coolest show I think I was ever at in Denton, Texas was probably when we went to see Witch Haven in the liquor store.
That was fucking cool.
And when your band played in the liquor store too, you played in that exact same liquor store.
We got to play with Tolar.
You were right between the fucking wine bottles and the tampons.
I was.
That place was cool as hell.
Midway Craft House.
Yes.
There were so many badass shows at Midway Craft House.
Fuck yes.
And then there was
that makes me miss Denton though.
I saw Tragedy at Denton at
you
Rubber
got
Gloves.
To see fucking Tragedy.
It was Tragedy and Garuda and fucking.
I'm so jealous.
And I saw Municipal Waste where they got all super famous. Back when they were still just
yes.
They played in Oklahoma City, and it was like the Green Door. I think it's like the 89th Street Collective now, but they had like fucking some dude in a wizard robe, and they had this fucking
what the fuck?
Yeah, it was some guy with a wizard. You know that staff where you like tape a bunch of empty beer cans to each other as you're finishing them. You know, so he's like the wisest wizard. And
what?
Yeah, you've never played Wisest Wizard.
What?
Yeah, Wisest Wizard. So it's like you're getting drunk on cheap beer, and each time you finish a beer, you duct tape your new beer on top of your old empty beer, and then you just keep duct taping beers, you know, on top until you got like the mightiest wizard staff. And at the end of the night, whoever has the longest wizard staff is the wisest wizard.
Wow, it really is all just a dick measuring contest, isn't it?
But yeah, they had some dude at the Municipal Waste concert that was dressed up like a wizard with some fucking wizard staff. They had like people getting up
that sounds pretty fucking dope, actually.
They were giving people beer bongs like on stage, and then like
God.
fucking they had like boogie boards, so when you jump off the stage, you would just kind of boogie board through people, kind of like the mattress,
More
at the taco
surfing,
spot. Yeah. That was really fucking. That was like one of the wilder fucking shows. Not like This Building Is Cursed. I think I talked about that one before, like no, it was Oklahoma City at the Oatmeal
that's
Collective.
the name of the band.
Yeah, the name of the band is This Building Is Cursed.
Yeah. Okay.
And everyone got naked. Everyone got naked. They're like an instrumental, like fucking metal band, like a tech metal band, or were. I mean, this was like 2001. But I looked over, and pretty much it was in January, so everyone's just kind of chilling. And, that clothes on. And then I look away and I look back and everyone's fucking naked. Just a bunch of drunk, naked, stinky kids. And
so that's where you got it from.
It's true.
Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx. Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx, Sumo Punx.
My name is Matt, and it is not my turn to do the dishes.
My name is Sabrina, and it's not my turn to do the dishes either.
And this is Liz's
turn
to do the dishes.
Actually,
right.
This is the Sumo Punx podcast.
And
Liz is our roommate. She does not know that we're talking about her.
she might, but it's her turn to do the dishes.
She'll know when she listens. Oh man, I'm gonna dirty so many dishes.
You're just gonna wipe them between your butt cheeks. Fuck.
No,
I'm teasing. God.
not that kind of dirty.
All right, so we have a jammed, packed, full fucking episode. So first we got the Banzuke for the Kyushu Basho 2022
Banzuke.
November. I think it's going to be 10 days from the time that we are recording this. And then we have also interviewed the fucking powerhouses of the Dallas Sumo Club, Natelie and Catelin Jones. The Joneses.
The Joneses.
The Joneses. They kicked ass at the fucking Consulates Cup. They've been fucking tearing things up left and right. And then they're
going to be at the Houston Sumo Open.
The Houston Sumo Open. Oh, that is the thing that's going to happen. And we also have a list of events.
Yes.
Oh, here are the names.
Are we starting some sort of like satanic ritual now?
Well,
Hail to the watchtowers of your mom. I don't know.
hail to the Sri Lanka Sumo Open.
Oh shit, that's fantastic. Okay, actually, this episode is most likely going to be coming out on the exact same day as the Swiss Sumo Open, which is happening in Swissland. Switzerland.
Is it Lausanne?
I don't know. I don't speak Swiss-ish.
We'll have to
Swiss-ish?
ask Richard Neal. He lives in the French-speaking part of Switzerland. I
Yes. So that's going to be November 5th, probably today if you're listening on the day that we release it, and if we release it on schedule.
Yes.
And we've been seeing so many pictures and videos and stuff of like some of the U.S. amateur sumo guys going out there and like...
It's pretty fucking cool.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it does look like it's going to be cool. We heard there's going to be a live stream.
So no, that's rumor. So
Okay, there is a rumor there's going to be a live stream.
Eric Wynn was saying that if there's Wi-Fi at the venue, it's possible, or if they have like a hotspot on steroids, then they might be able to do it. But if not, I know Richard Neal said it's going to be filmed and the video will be released at a later point. But hopefully we could find those sweet, sweet live streams.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you're in Switzerland, you should fucking totally like stream that shit and then let these guys know. And I'm pointing at myself.
Give those sumo tories some internets.
Fuck yeah. Also, I heard that Clan Sumo, fucking Scott Finley's new sumo club, is going to be competing at that Swiss Sumo Open.
Scott Findlay. We should get him on the show.
We should get Scott Finley on the show.
Fuck yeah.
We gotta ask him about like youth sumo.
I want to know what his record collection looks like.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I hear he's a huge metalhead.
All right, so also coming up this weekend, stateside, November 5th and 6th, the Fort Worth Fall Festival at the Fort Worth Botanical Gardens. Dallas Sumo Club is going to be yucking it up both days, and there are going to be a demo, or excuse me, it's like a demo on the main stage at 3 p.m. And that's going to be both days. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm going to be out there just being stinky and being half naked. It's going to be great.
I might be there on Sunday. I don't know. I've been working way too much lately.
Yeah, this is our busy season. It's brutal out there. Then we have the upcoming, the one, the only. Well, I think it's like the second one, actually.
Yeah, probably. It's been going on for at least a couple of years.
The Houston Sumo Open, hosted by Shogeki Sumo Club, part of the Tokyo Night Festival. The Night Festival, I think, is going to be like the 11th through the 13th, but the Sumo Tournament is on Saturday, November 12th. It's going to be at the Texas Festival Grounds in Houston, Texas. It's on Alameda Genoa Road.
Yes. Then on November 13th, there will be a sumo demo for the Japan Culture Day at the University of West Florida at the International Affairs Building from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be hosted by Ronin Sumo Baya.
This is Brandon McLeod.
Yeah.
November 25th through 27th is going to be a sumo and anime and manga panel presented by Dallas Sumo Club at Anime Dallas. There's also going to be a Dallas Sumo Club demonstration. So we're still hashing out the details. We do know that there's going to be the sumo and anime and manga panel and the demonstration. We will provide more details as we get them.
And I'm really fucking pissed because I'm going to have to miss lots of that event too.
Fucking work. Then we have...
Donate so we don't have to concentrate on our day jobs.
December 3rd is the Ronin Sumo Tournament hosted by Ronin Sumo Bea at The Gym in Defuniak Springs, Florida.
Defuniak.
There's going to be a youth division. If you have kids, you want to see them do sumo. Seriously, last episode we talked about how fun it was to, just sometimes just watch kids fight each other, especially doing sumo.
Oh my God, it's so precious.
Yes. And then if you want a spokesperson for that, ask Zombie Mommy that you see on fucking Instagram and all that. Her boy has been starting to do sumo.
She is the patron saint of U.S. youth sumo.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, she's always commenting on our social medias. Should be pretty easy to find.
Was it her niece does sumo too, and her son does? Yeah, It's pretty fucking awesome. Then we have December 18th, the Sri Lanka Sumo Open.
Yeah, Sri Lanka.
So this is going to be on December the 18th. Weigh-in is on December the 17th. It's going to be at Nagambo Beach. There will be free snacks and a free city tour. The tournament itself is going to start at 6 p.m. Sri Lanka time, or they put, 1800 hours.
I wonder if there's going to be a live stream for that.
I hope so.
Me
That'd be
too.
really fucking cool. But if you want more information about the Sri Lanka Sumo Open, there are 2 emails. The first one is SriLankaSumo2020@gmail.com. And then the next is DineshJ1761@gmail.com, spelled thusly. D as in David, I, N as in Nancy, E, S as in Sam, H, J, A, Y, 1761@gmail.com.
Nice, thank you. All right, so we have our interview with Kat and Nat coming up. We're going to get to that in just a minute, but first, I want to do a rundown of this Banzuke.
The Banzuke.
Banzilla and Banzuke. I don't know.
Damn it.
It's a very old cartoon. You remember the old Godzilla cartoon?
I do.
With Godzuki?
I do. My mom used to sing Baby Godzuki songs at me whenever I was a kid.
That's adorable. Anywho.
Okay. So speaking of other kaiju.
Yes, speaking of other kaiju, let's go ahead and start at the bottom of that Banzuke with the very last spot.
See, I am more of a top-bottom kind of guy.
I'm more of a bottom-top kind of guy. Don't they call those power bottoms?
You want to know why they call me Peggy Hank? Nothing, never mind.
Okay. Last position on the Makuuchi Banzuke.
That is Maegashira 16 West, Hirada Umi.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have...
He basically just stayed in the same spot.
Yeah, he got a 7 and 8. He's just there.
Oh. And then we have Teritsuyoshi, who has my favorite Keshimawashi on this Banzuke. The weird, tribal tattoo-looking design on it.
Okay, and if it wasn't enough for it to be like some Limp Bizkit tribal tattoo shit... Why does it say Terano Fuji? I mean, that's cool. I understand being a fan or whatever, but I mean...
I don't know why that Keshimawashi, not Teritsuyoshi himself, but his Keshimawashi reminds me of, every bad dude that I ever fucking hooked up with or anything like that. And I don't know, it gives me an icky feeling inside, okay?
Well, it's not his fault. They made him wear it.
I bet Terano Fuji made him wear it.
They just Terano Fuji picked on and was like, wear this Keshimawashi.
It's got my name on it, wear it.
And a bad tribal tattoo design. All
It's gonna make Teritsuyoshi get that tattooed on him whenever he retires.
Poor Teritsuyoshi.
Ooh, but the next...
Maegashira 15 West.
Your son.
Is my son.
Atami Fuji.
Atami Fuji. I am so proud of this boy. However, there has been...
Oh, there's been controversy.
Some controversy. There's been some beef. Some Twitter beef. With
Mongolian beef. Wait, where's Atami Fuji from?
Atami Fuji's from Shizuoka.
Who?
Shizuoka.
Shizuoka.
Yeah, he's Japanese.
Okay, for Shizuoka.
Actually, he's from the village of Atami in Shizuoka. So,
okay.
So anyway, so Atami Fuji is up from Juryo, making his Makuuchi debut, and he is my son. And don't let other people on the internet like polyester pants.
Don't let people on Twitter tell you who your son is, okay?
Give me back my son.
This is a whole ass argument. We're past it now.
It was a whole thing. There was beef.
Son, give me back my son, son, give me back my son, my son, give me back my son, give me the money, my son, give me back my son, my son.
All right, Maegashira 15 East. Wait, did I say Maegashira 15 West is Atami Fuji? Maegashira 15 East is Kageyaki.
Yes.
All right, Maegashira 14 West, we have Azumaryu.
Azumaryu. I don't know where that came from. It just kind of happened. I can't control myself sometimes.
It's okay. Well, then we have Maegashira 14 East, Ichiyamamoto.
Ichiyamamoto flying off the doyo.
Oh, what was one that I thought of I was taking? I was like, Ichiyamamoto, nostril full of mokos.
What the fuck? Nostril full of what?
Mokos, boogers.
Moko?
Yeah.
Wait, which language is that?
I think it's Spanish?
Mokos?
Mokos.
Is mokos Spanish for boogers?
Well, I know there's a band from Brazil, and in
We
Portuguese...
need to get Narito over here to, like, confirm this.
Come on, Neri, help us with our Spanish. We know there's a band from,
Or
like...
Rick or Bubba.
Yeah, people know Spanish. But I don't.
It's Texas.
But down in fucking not Portugal, Brazil, there's a fucking band called Os Mocos.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I don't know, like the boogers. I just like the word mocos.
I'm pretty sure there's a band in English with that same band name.
The boogers. Hey, I was in a band called Snot Rockets, so I
That's
mean...
true. Yes.
Okay, Maegashira 13 West, we have Oho. Maegashira 13 East, Okinaumi. It looks like Okinaumi, did he take a dive? Where did he go?
He just fell one rank.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And then Maegashira 12 West.
Ooh-wee-oo.
Chiyotairu. Ooh-wee-oo. Chiyotairu. That's 2 foot.
Kotoeko is Maegashira 12 East.
Maegashira 11 West, Kotoshoho.
Maegashira 11 East. Oh no show.
All right, and then Maegashira 10 West.
Oh, your mortal enemy.
He is the mortal enemy of all of Gondor and fucking and Rohan. He had poisoned Theoden King of Rohan. Fucking Chiyoshoma just hinked too much in the presence of Theoden King and just made them all old.
That's so dumb.
Tell that to old Grandma Wormtongue over there.
Whatever.
All right.
All right, Maegashira 10 East, we have Aoyama. 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 Aoyama.
All right. Whoa, look who has taken a tumble.
Oh, yeah.
So Abi has fallen from, where was he last time? Because I know
Komusubi East.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took a deep fucking dive all the way from Komusubi East to Maegashira 9 West.
Yeah, that's rugged. But
Well, he sat out the last tournament because he was injured.
yeah, it wasn't COVID, it was injury, so he got spanked. But hopefully he had some time to heal and he could start slapping people's fat in no time. You know, Abi, I wish you a very happy fat slapping at the Kyushu Basho.
Can't wait to see you choke some more people.
All right. And then we have Maegashira 9 East, the Knob Dog.
The Knob Dog.
The Knob
Talk
Dog.
a no-show.
And then Maegashira 8 West.
Oh, everybody's favorite Georgian uncle.
Tochi Notion. He is my Georgian uncle.
Tochi.
Tochi. Maegashira 8 East.
Takara Fuji.
Those legs, those are the power gams.
Hell yeah, power gams. He took a little bit of a tumble too, though.
He did. Where was he last time?
Maegashira 8 something west
Wait,
east.
he's Maegashira 8 East this time.
Yeah. He was Maegashira 5, and now he's at Maegashira 8.
Maegashira 7 West, Myogiru.
Maegashira 7 East, Indo.
with his butt pillows.
I guess Indo does a bunch of commercials in Japan.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I didn't read too much into it because I've been fucking so busy with work lately. But I saw, like, in passing, something about Indo being in some commercials for some sort of products. I don't know, fucking noodles or some shit.
I'm gonna find him. I bet if we Google him, we could probably like find him. Because I saw those old Takamiyama fucking commercials, where he's like, I don't know what the commercial's for, but there's just some weird song playing, and he's like in this big wooden bathtub. Just, then there's like some little kid wearing like an old timey sleeping cap, and they're rolling out a futon, and he stands on his gut and turns the light off. And I was like, I have no idea what that commercial's for. I need more sumo commercials in my life.
I think it would be funny if Indo did commercials for his own butt pillow.
Oh, God. Okay, so continuing on, we have Maegashira 6 West. Fucking
the other villain of the Banzuke. Booed.
So great. Okay. And then Maegashira 6 East is the well-dressed tree himself, Nishiki-gi.
The well-dressed tree?
Yeah, well, I watched this whole Sumo Stew video about his shikona and like where the name came from. Apparently,
he's named after a bush or something.
Well, yeah, a specific type of burning bush. It's called a burning bush.
They got ointment for that now,
And but actually, that name was the first shikona taken on by the dude who would later become Nishonoseki. Kisei no Sato is currently Nishonoseki. Anyway, that was a bit of a segue.
That's fine.
So we have Maegashira 5 West.
Another Nishiki Fuji. And then Maegashira 5 East is Hokuto Fuji. Another Fuji.
Yeah, the fist of the North Star himself, Hokuto Fuji.
Okay, now why are we calling him this?
Oh, Hokuto, that means like north.
Does it?
Yeah.
Hokuto means north?
Like in Fist of the North Star, Hokuto no Ken, is Fist of the North Star.
Listen, I can
Hokuto
barely
Fuji,
speak
he's
English.
the North Star
Don't
of
expect me to understand Japanese.
He's the North Star Mount Fuji.
Nice.
So, anyway. And then Maegashira 4 West, Radanaumi.
Sanumi. Did he go up or down in the Banzuke?
I think he went up. Let's take a look.
Oh, he went up by
Maegashira
one place.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Sanumi. Maegashira 4 East, Wakamoto Haru.
Dude, Wakamoto Haru has been killing it lately. Holy shit.
And he is such a fucking attention whore. I've seen him in some of these, like whenever they did the fan day, what do they call that? The Sumo Fan Festival or whatever?
Yeah, whatever the fuck it is. He had a bit of a hard time in July when he was at Maegashira 4 the previous time. Now he's at Maegashira 4 again. Maegashira East 4, I should say. So we'll see how he does. Last time he was 6-9 by the end of the basho.
Well,
we'll just have to keep an eye on him.
Kick some ass, take some names.
Sure.
All right. Maegashira 3 West is the Pit Bull, Midori Fuji.
Midori Fuji. So he actually tumbled a bit too. He was at Maegashira 1 last basho. Now he's down to Maegashira 3. He just, he kind of really struggled. I think he did pretty well for his first time in the Joy.
Yeah.
Especially after jumping from like Maegashira 11 all the way to 1.
They really threw him in the deep end though.
They really did.
But he held his own, considering. He really
got
did.
A big slobbering taste of being in those higher ranks, and now I'm sure he's just craving more.
I was about to say, I'm sure it made him fucking hungry. Maegashira 3 East. Ura.
So Ura's only moved up half a space. I mean, he was 8-7 in the last basho, so
he got his
okay.
Kachikoshi,
Yeah,
he did the thing.
We've had a pretty crowded upper Banzuke
Everything's fucking crowded
for a
up
while. Things are really starting to shift lately, though.
All right, then we have Maegashira 2 West, Ichinojo. I love that man. He's just a nice, gentle dude.
Didn't do as well in the last basho as he did in the one prior. But
yeah, he won the one prior.
Well, yeah, that's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. So he had to like give himself a bit of a rest after winning the whole fucking U-show.
Like, fuck you guys, I won the U-show. I ain't gotta do shit now.
Exactly.
Then we have Maegashira 2 East,
Meisei's actually been doing a hell of a lot better than
Since
he was
that one time when he was all injured. And
in March when he ended the basho of 1-14.
Yeah, and the one that he won was like a Fusensho.
It was just pretty ridiculous.
Poor guy. Hey, he still got his ass out there, though.
That's true. He did. He didn't give up, and now look at him.
Maegashira won West, Koto no Waka. Fucking seriously, he just seems like he's just been kind of coming out of left field, just slaying Ozeki and fucking slapping people's fat and just fucking...
Fuck yes, double tits, double tits.
I do like Koto no Waka though. I mean, like, and after watching some of those older basho videos, like with his dad, like, you know, smacking people's fat, it's like, all right, I see the legacy here. Maegashira won East.
Takayasu.
He's doing it. I think he's making another grab for that Ozeki status again.
Yeah, he's doing it, you guys. He's really doing it.
Come on, Papa Bear. I got faith in you. Okay.
Aw, bears. Inside joke. Okay.
Okay. So then we have the San Yaku, and then this shit has just got, man, it's constipated up there. Really is. Constipated with turds of massive talent and skill. That's a bad way to put it, but that's how I put it.
That's how I'm describing it every time I take my morning dump now.
I'm just letting out some komasubis. It's terrible. Oh, what's a sekiwake?
Oh, what's an age?
Oh, Zeki. Okay. So we have komasubi. Okay, I think this is how it's komasubi 1.
I'm so confused.
I think it's
There's so many komusubi.
There are. Okay, if I'm wrong about this,
Komusubi
whatever.
2 West.
Komasubi 2 West is Daisho.
Daisho.
And I am looking forward to his battle faces and it's just slap happy style. Then we have new Sanyaku debut.
Tobizaru's division debut.
So that means his first time as a komasubi. That's pretty fucking cool.
I'm so proud of him.
Me too. He's such a fucking wild card. He's just he really is the flying monkey.
Adorable. Oh, speaking of adorable, Kiribayama, Komasubi 1 West.
And then Komasubi 1 East is fucking Tamawashi.
Yeah.
The goddamn Iron Man. Just grabbing people by their face and pushing on people's necks and fucking just shoving people around. That's what he do. Then we have Sekiwaki 2 West.
The fall of an Ozeki.
Mitakayumi. If he gets 10 wins this basho, he will get his Ozeki status back. But dude's shoulder has been pretty fucked up since he got promoted to Ozeki. Mm-hmm. And he, well, from what I could tell, he hasn't really been resting it up very much. So maybe he took it easy for a little bit, hopefully. I really do hope that guy kicks some ass because he really did work his ass off for that Ozeki status. All right, Sekiwaki 1 West.
Ain't nobody there.
Yeah, no, there is. No, that was
Sekiwaki 1 West?
Yeah, because Mitakayumi...
Okay, I was thinking East.
Yeah, because he's Sekiwaki 2 West.
Okay,
Is Mitakayumi.
I got the numbers in the cardinal directions mixed up with each other. That's possible, right?
Yeah, I do it. All right, Sekiwaki 1 West, Hoshoryu.
Hoshoryu.
He's been holding steady up there for a while. He's probably going to start fucking, probably making an Ozeki run, but, you know, he's just stewing for right now. He's steeping.
Honestly, I could see Hoshoryu making it to Yokozuna.
Yeah, I could too, but right now he's just kind of steeping in the coffee pot of Sekiwaki-ness.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, speaking of Sekiwakes, we have Sekiwaki 1 East, Wakatakakage. Wakatakakage.
He really does like just fucking camping out in the Sekiwaki ranks, doesn't he?
Where's he at as far as his Ozeki run? Because I think if he gets double-digit wins in this one, or at least like 11, I think.
So the last two basho combined winning score of 19. He needs at least 11 more in this basho to hit that 30 mark, which would give him the opportunity to rise to Ozeki.
That would be the start of an Ozeki run. Well, hopefully this would be the end of his Ozeki
Well,
run.
yeah.
If he fucking kicks ass. Come on, Wakataka Kage. Change
on,
back
man.
into that blue Muwashi and take off that goddamn platinum disaster.
Nobody likes the platinum Mawashi, dude.
Seriously, come on.
Go back to your baby blue.
And then we have King Kataban himself at Ozeki. Well, I guess it's just him. Yeah, he's Ozeki 1 West.
Mm-hmm. There's only 2 Ozeki this time.
Wow.
Excuse me. That's Lord Shodai. too.
Come on, Shodai, get out of your own head. You have the might. Hopefully, maybe Hakuho will fucking, give him another talking to again.
Maybe.
All right. And then, of course, we have Taka T-Rex himself, the power hamster Taka Keisho, Ozeki 1 East. And he's been steadfast. He is the steadfast Ozeki. And he really has grown into himself, grown into his rank. And, he's living it up. He's living the damn dream. And last, and certainly not least,
Or Yokozuna.
the big man himself,
Terano Fuji,
recovering
will actually be sitting out of this basho due to double knee surgery.
So rest easy, bud. Fucking get some good rest and rehab well, and you can get back in there and start fucking throwing people around again.
Yeah, he's Yokozuna. He doesn't have to worry about losing his rank or anything.
Yeah, look what Hakuho did. Hakuho, sat out like a good number of fucking bouts for a while,
I know, right? And Hakuho is the greatest Yokozuna to ever live. Who knows what Terano Fuji can accomplish with 2 working knees?
But I do understand his apprehensiveness because whenever he had that first surgery, he went all the way down and then had to work his way all the way back up to Ozeki. So he was Ozeki in like 2017, had a surgery, fell down, and then came back up. And then I think it was whenever he fought Hakuho at that July Basho. Was that, the one where Hakuho's last tournament?
Oh, yeah, where he got his ass kicked. Yeah.
But he still got promoted to Yokozuna.
It was brilliant. Yeah, I did.
Man, that moment just lives in my mind forever. And anytime I just think about them, like, yeah, I saw that.
All right, let's get the word on the street. Furiosa, how long do you think Terano Fuji is going to last as Yokozuna? Don't try to lick me. No. No, I know what kind of things you put in your mouth.
It's okay. Okay, so that is the Banzuke for the Kyushu Basho, November 2022, the last tournament of the year.
Yeah. I can't believe Atami Fuji made it to Makuuchi.
I know.
Before the end of the year, because we were both like, yeah, maybe in January, probably. Like, but no, fucking
he did
November, he did it.
He did it. I am proud of my son. My son, not Polyester Pants' son. My son.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that the custody battle is over, let's go ahead and get to our interview with Catelin and Natelie Jones of the Dallas Sumo Club.
Joneses!
Joneses. Hey, look at who we have here. It's Catelin and Natelie from the Dallas Sumo Club. How you guys doing today?
Good,
Really
good.
good.
How are you guys?
Very busy.
I feel like my soul has been scrubbed out by a wire brush.
Yeah, we've adulting is hard. Let's just put it that
Yeah,
way.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
I do tech support for seniors, like on the phone.
God.
And
Oh,
rough.
that's
Very rough.
miserable.
That
And
sounds
it's
like
Medicare and
its own
season.
layer of hell.
I sell insurance for a living, and I hate it.
Yeah.
That industry. If anybody tries to
If you
convince you,
value your sanity.
absolutely do not do it. Well, you two are 2 of the newest members of the Dallas Sumo Club. Shortly after you joined, you had your first tournament where you took home a
Yes.
bunch of medals.
Mhm.
I really want to know, what was it that made you guys decide you wanted to try sumo?
So I've actually been a sumo fan for about 5 years now.
Oh, wow.
And I'd been wanting to find a club. I got to go watch the US Sumo Open back in 2018.
Oh, hell yeah.
And after watching it, I was like, yeah, that's something I need to do. However, at the time, there were no clubs that I knew of in our area. But it was like July. I was on Instagram just scrolling through like my For You page, and something for the Dallas Sumo Club popped up. I was like, well, 2 hours doesn't seem like that bad of a drive for something I really want to check out.
Yeah, because
So,
you guys live pretty far away, don't you?
Yeah, it's we're up to 2 hours. We drive for Keiko every Sunday. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
And then
But
to all the events and everything? Dang.
yes. Yeah.
That's dedication.
So I was like, well, I'm not gonna go by myself. And so I harassed this one enough. And finally she was like, okay, sure, I'll go with you just to like be a warm body.
You know, I'll try anything once. So I was like, I can go beat Caitlin up for a couple of hours. So like, why not? Yeah, so we showed up.
And then we, went through Keiko, and then afterwards we were sitting in the car and we kind of looked at each other. We were like, yeah, we're doing that again.
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah. That was like kind of like how I felt like afterwards, like I came back. Cause I mean, I hadn't done anything athletic for like freaking 20 years, and I had been warming up doing like some calisthenics, before I actually went to my first Keiko. But like afterwards, I felt like I was glowing. I was just like, oh,
Right.
my God, that was so awesome.
So how long has it been now? Because it's only been a few months, right?
We're at 3. I don't even think we've gone to 10 practices yet. We're like just at 3 months, I think.
Yeah.
So still new.
I
Yeah, almost 3.
Because it was like very end of July, like almost like the 30th.
August 1st or
Yeah.
something like that was our first one. So
Yeah.
What do you think had been like one of the more like difficult aspects of sumo to kind of like wrap your head around, like the chirichozu or kind of like the order of the bouts or anything like that? Or
what do you think?
Just I don't
I'm
know.
sure it's all difficult when you're first starting.
Right.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's been probably just going through the motions of about itself, because everything after the tachi eyes, everything goes so quickly. There's no time to think.
Yeah.
And so being able to process and respond after the tachi eye, I'm gone. I'm
Damn.
No
I'm
thought,
just
head
winging it.
empty.
Whenever your mind goes blank, is it just kind of like, do you feel like your body's just like reacting and moving, or do you kind of feel like you're starting to kind of like execute what you want to execute?
I would say I'm still at the point where it's just like blank, where I'm not responding. I've noticed in like maybe the last 2 practices where it's been more like I'm starting to actually be reactive. But I feel like I'm still so new. It's just no response.
I'm in it for like a little over a year, and I still have kind of the same thing. I have like baby steps of where I'm like, oh, I should try this, and it's just like a quick split second thought, like, ooh, do that. But I don't know. I still feel like my mind blanks out, but it's like, do you find it oddly peaceful when you're fighting and like, your mind's just blank? You're like, oh, I could kind of relax while I'm pushing this person around.
See, I more go to like, oh shit, I'm about to lose because I'm doing nothing here. That's
But I don't know. I kind of get like a roller coaster feeling, if that sounds right. Kind of
the high and low. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I as you guys know, I had officially joined around the same time that you did, even though I have been a fan of sumo for so long, long enough to start making a podcast about it. And I keep telling people, since I got sick and like had been hospitalized and all that stuff, when I get back into sumo, I can't wait to get my ass kicked by these girls.
Yeah.
Because you guys have been doing so phenomenally, even just
you.
for the little bit of time that you've been doing it. Had either of you had any sort of background in other martial arts or any other sort of sports at all? Anything like that?
So we both have a powerlifting background.
What?
We both did powerlifting all through high school.
Hell yeah.
And
Shit.
I did discus and baton twirling, which how that correlates to sumo, I don't know, but
And then in addition to powerlifting, I did softball as well. And then and as far as like a martial arts background, I joke that I took 2 jujitsu classes once, and that's like about the extent of it.
I took 2 weeks of taekwondo. That's my martial arts
Yeah,
background.
So practically a black belt, but
Well, I just gotta know, how do people typically react when you tell them that you do sumo wrestling? not to try to like diss you or anything, but you don't look like the kind of people that most people think of when they think of sumo wrestling.
Well, that's usually one of the responses we get. They're like, wait, with all those big guys?
Yeah.
I was like, well, they're not all big guys. So first of all, no. And then the other response is usually just like, that's so badass. Like getting in there and doing that every week. So, I mean, it's usually a positive response. A lot of people think it's great that we're doing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I think aside from it taking them a second to process it, I feel I've always gotten like the little dumb, like in the diaper comments. And then I go through on this big long rant about, no, it's Mawashi and yada yada. Yeah.
We're all out there in diapers.
Yeah.
Just
I'm just
around.
straight. Yep. Only the Mawashi, I'm doing full traditional. Yeah, no, I think everyone's been like super supportive, and like I think it's also led to me getting to like more people getting to know about sumo just from them getting interested in me actually explaining like some of the technicalities behind it. That's been really cool, getting to share the sport.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. So did you have like, I know you guys have said that you've done powerlifting and stuff like that people don't typically think of as being something that women would be more interested in. Did anybody ever have any sort of questions like that for you? Or did you even like question yourself in regards to sumo, coming at it from that like gendered kind of mindset?
No, I think maybe because we have already been in sports that people don't usually associate with women, it wasn't such a big hurdle for us. Because I mean, I feel that sports are gender neutral. Anyone can do anything.
Exactly.
So for us, no, it was just another thing to try.
And like I feel like we've both always been built like Mack trucks. So like, I don't think it's so crazy to think we're out there fighting or doing maybe these more masculine considered sports.
Man, when I saw you guys at the Consulates Cup, you guys like kicked some ass, especially like against some of those other wrestlers that had been at it for a while. I mean, you guys had like some fucking fire in your eyes. That was awesome. But I saw that you guys were talking to Kellyanne Ball. Did she like offer like any advice or like any type of like words of wisdom for you guys? Or?
To be honest, I don't remember a whole lot from that day.
It was such a blur.
It was a whirlwind. Just a lot of like endorphins and all of it being new. I think more than anything, it was just everyone telling us how great we had done, and like everyone that came up to us, they were like, "This is our name. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to contact us." I can't even tell you how many people came up and everyone gave us that speech. It was
just so welcoming, and like there was never like a moment of intimidation. Like it was just everyone's so kind. They were so great. Like it's just like an amazing community.
Whenever you got to the tournament and then you started kind of interacting with some of the folks, and like the whole community, were you expecting, to kind of like that kind of welcome, or was it a little like scary at first?
Yeah, what were you thinking like before the Consulates Cup going into it?
Going into it, I wasn't going into it thinking, oh, there's going to be a bunch of assholes or anything. Just because everyone we had already met thus far had been so nice. But yeah, just meeting everyone reaffirmed how kind everyone in this community is and how supportive and fun, and
whenever you guys were doing your bouts, I know it's kind of like you just kind of have to focus on your own thing. I mean, I did, and they made me go first, like both times they made me the first heavyweight.
He's so mad about that.
I'm very mad about that. Jake, if you're listening, I'm gonna find you. But
I don't know, he's doing sumo now too, so he might be a more formidable opponent.
Yeah, he was him and Mac, on Grand Sumo Breakdown, that said that you guys were, what was it, a country strong? No, it was a corn strong and country fed.
Country fed, yeah.
That corn strong, I was like,
the pig wrestling strong.
Pig wrestling.
Yeah, I would like to go on the record and say I have never fought a pig. Nikita, if you're listening.
So when I first heard that podcast, or when I first heard the comments, at first I was just excited, like that they were talking about me. I was super excited, and it was like all positive things. And I sent it to my friend. It's like, Caitlin, they make you sound like a bunch of hillbillies. I was like, yeah, but they said I'm strong. I'm a strong hillbilly. So.
You know what's really funny is like, you know, you're thinking of like, you know, farms and corn. Those guys live in Iowa. You know, they're like right smack dab in the middle of corn and pig wrestling and all that.
Great point, actually. But yeah, it's okay because now you're on the Sumo Punx podcast, where you know. But I'm sure they weren't trying to make fun of you.
No.
Oh, we took no offense at it. Yeah.
Good. Oh, what I was gonna ask is, whenever you're at the Consulates Cup, were there any bouts or any particular wrestlers that you saw that really stood out to you that you're like, holy shit?
Well, I think for women specifically,
the obvious would be
Kellyanne. I mean, she just kicks ass. She looks like
just
she
a
can kick
unit.
ass. Like, yeah.
And I want her to. I mean,
I want to be Kellyanne when I grow up. Like,
Hell yeah. She really is like one of the sweetest humans in the entire galaxy, and her fiance Brenda. Like, whenever I had my first tournament, they like were like texting me and were like, "Oh my god, it's okay, don't get nervous," and I was like, but they really are like just the kindest, most supportive folks. So.
And I think out of maybe like the men's division, I know Eric did really well. Was it men's light heavy?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I think men's light heavy.
It's like,
and then
Edelbar was one of my favorites, actually. He's another one of the Raijin Sumo Club there with Eric. Yeah, that guy's, I guess, trying to go pro now, too.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, he's good. He could.
We'll
see.
Could.
Yeah.
I hope he does.
That'd be very cool if he did make it, being able to say, hey, I know that guy. Like, that.
But about your own bouts, which ones do you keep thinking back on now that it's been a while since the tournament? Which ones keep just coming up in your mind?
Probably the only one that I won. I pulled that little Henka maneuver and it worked.
Nothing wrong with the Henka. Nothing wrong with it.
That's, I go back and forth. I personally don't like it, but there's no way I can outmuscle these girls. So I got to do what I got to do. It's
exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying also, like, the match I think of was the one right after that when I went against SD. And, for the open weight, kind of the pep talk we've been getting is, okay, you're going against some heavyweights, prepare to get killed. So,
that's quite a pep talk.
No, very supportive. And then, I don't know, after seeing Caitlin win her match, that kind of, I was like, oh snap, it's possible. And then going against SD, who's also yet another unit, I mean, winning against her was just like, I don't think it sunk in until 5 minutes later. That was a really cool one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was very awesome to
really
see,
was.
by the way.
I put that on my TikTok. but SD is like, she's a pro wrestler too. Like she does pro wrestling as well.
Yes.
So that's actually a really hardcore victory you got there.
Mm-hmm. And like, I followed her on Instagram, and just some of the stuff she's posting, it just looks so cool what she's doing all the time.
Yeah,
and like,
super body
she's
positive.
I love that. I don't know, she's just a really cool girl. Like, yeah.
So you had mentioned that you had actually been in sumo for a little while before you decided to start trying out yourself. Had you watched the Bashos before? Do you have any favorite pro rikishi? Anybody?
Yeah, I have my favorites. If we're talking just out of active wrestlers, my top 3 at the moment are probably Hashoryu, Tobuzaru, and then just my old favorite would be Ichinojo. I'm just rooting for him, whether he does well or not.
Same.
He just shows up. That's okay. You just got to show up sometimes.
But no,
And
Ichinojo
then-
is like one of my favorite. I don't know, when I first started sumo, I mean, because you know I'm a huge fucking polar bear of a dude now, but I mean, when I first started, I was like 520 pounds. I was a little bit bigger, but like at the time that I started, me and Ichinojo's like physical stats were like really close. And
Almost
so,
synonymous.
so when I saw him doing so, I was like, oh my God, I gotta move like
Right.
him. I gotta wrestle like him.
So, have you guys gotten your shikonas yet? And if not, what do you want your shikonas to be?
So we haven't. I feel like our Oyakata needs to get cracking on that because I would like one.
You heard it, Corey.
I haven't put much thought into what I would want mine to be. For me, I feel like it would be more special to have someone else like pick one for me, like how they perceive me as a wrestler. So yeah, I think I would just leave that up to Corey and how he thinks I should be named, how he deems fit.
Do you have any hopes for what that might be?
Something badass.
Of course.
Just something about like how big I am.
Your
Just
fighting spirit.
something like that. Just something ironic, maybe. I think that would be funny.
Yeah, they always end up adding like what was it, like Yama or Fuji, like to the end of
Oh
people's
yeah,
names.
something meaning
Yeah.
mountain.
Right. I think that would be fitting for me.
That'd be kind of badass.
As one of the smallest people in our club. I don't know who else would be deserving of that.
One of my favorite like wrestlers is Midori Fuji, and he's got like, you know, Fuji in his name. It makes him
He's
sound all,
one of
like,
the smallest guys.
He's like a pit bull.
Well, we got one answer. What about the other one?
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't know we got names like that. So I haven't
Really?
even been yeah, no, I'm not lying when I am not very well versed in the world of sumo.
She's literally only in sumo because I made her come. And then
Yeah.
Aw.
So I have about 3 months of exposure versus her years of studying. So I'm not as well caught up as she is.
You'll get there. You'll get
Oh,
there
yeah.
eventually. Especially since you guys are like steeping in the world of sumo and
Yes.
the community.
So when you do get your shikona, though, what do you hope it might be?
I don't know. I mean, probably along the same lines, you know, something badass. Maybe not something that looks like really similar to hers, you know, just kind of like separating the two of us out a little bit.
I think it would be funny if hers
was like,
something about being small.
yeah,
Just because no one knows our names. So when they talk about us, they're like, oh, the big one or the small one. So let's just, you know, do a switcheroo.
and confuse them even more, you
Right.
know.
Because no one knows who we are.
Since you haven't really been in sumo for that long, now that you have had a little bit of experience with it, is it what you thought? Like, what did you think it was going to be before you started versus what do you think of it now?
I think before I held kind of the general view of the public, you know, that it's just some big guys pushing up against each other. And then after getting to like experience it and be in it for a little bit, I've gotten to see like all the like the art and like the different techniques and just like how much effort actually goes into it. Caitlin's explained to me like
I was gonna say, for as many years as I have been trying to get my entire family to watch wrestling with me, none of it ever stuck. And it wasn't until she wrestled herself, she was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's more to
I was like,
this.
oh, this seems kind of fun. You know, like she's explained like what the professional stables go through. And I'm just like amazed by the amount of work
Over her head.
yeah that goes into it. Like, I don't know. It's definitely a lot to respect, I think. And to people that don't give it the time of day that they should, they're gonna completely miss it like I did.
Would you say that sumo has been a positive influence in your life now that you've been doing it for a while?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. I think that it's like just from once again the supportive community that's been great, everyone cheering you on. And it just kind of makes, you know, fighting like that and winning like that, it just kind of makes you puff up your chest a little bit. I mean, like, ooh, yeah, like, ooh, I can do that, you know?
That's one of my favorite aspects of it.
It gives you like a sense of self-confidence and self-esteem, yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So whenever we had the Akimatsuri, because we had the one that was the moon viewing festival, and then we did the Akimatsuri, which was in the parking lot, you know, when it's all hot.
Yeah.
Whenever you threw Jared
Scary.
throw, that was like, badass.
Oh.
So did you?
The whole crowd went wild.
Yeah, that was awesome. So when you executed that throw, was it kind of like, did you deliberately like go, "Roar," or was
See,
that?
looking back or like going through the moment, I did not feel like I did anything. It felt like it was all him. But then a few days later, we had gotten the pictures back, and he was like completely ass over head. I was like, well, hold on a second. Like, I may have actually just thrown this man. That's my favorite photo I have
Oh, hell
to
yeah.
date.
Aw.
That's it was so cool. And I had a girl come up to me afterwards, and she was like, "You're the biggest girl boss I've ever seen." I'm like, thank you.
Awesome.
You're like an inspiration to other people now.
Gonna be on Wheaties boxes.
Yeah.
But no, I thought that was like impressive, like totally not expecting that, and all of a sudden, boom, just like I was like, oh damn. I think like everybody collectively was like, ooh.
Pretty much, yeah.
So whenever we did the what was it, the moon viewing festival, that was like your guys' first like kind of like public demonstration, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like a little bit nervous about it, kind of like being out of like a tournament setting, or was it kind of like something fun? Or
It was fun, but I think there was also that aspect because whereas like at the Consulates Cup, we were surrounded by a whole bunch of different other wrestlers. The whole event or the focus of the event was wrestling. At the moon viewing, there was more of like a general public there. And so it was a lot more interacting with people who weren't so well versed in sumo, especially as two newcomers to sumo ourselves. We were just trying to like be good representatives.
Yeah, not completely just like dishonor the sport with the most horrible demo you've ever seen.
Yeah, especially with it being a Japanese sport and this being a Japanese festival. I'm sure that could have been a little bit anxiety inducing for sure.
no, you guys did great though. You like out of the exhibition bouts that we all did, I think like y'all like really had some of the more like intense battles. The one I had with Jared was pretty fun too, but you know.
It was nice because after that, we had a girl come up to us with her mom, and her mom was telling us about how her daughter had missed the whole demo. So they had asked us specifically if we would like fight another match just for them because they wanted their daughter to see it. And so through that, we got to start talking to her and how she had a wrestling background. And it's cool that we get to connect with other females in that way. Just
maybe setting ourselves up to be like that role model for other girls thinking about trying to get into it. I think that's a really cool position to be in.
Yes, that's one of the main reasons why I decided to actually start doing sumo instead of just talking about sumo all the time. I still don't know if when or if I'm going to be able to get back to it. That's a whole other conversation. But I'm so fucking glad that you guys are in this now and you can help like carry that torch for female sumo wrestlers. You're doing a hell of a job at
hell
it,
yeah.
really.
Just try to not fall on our faces, I think, pretty much. I mean,
So are you guys are going to do the Houston Sumo Open?
That was going to be my question.
yes,
yes,
we'll both be there.
So I think that one is it just all open weight, right?
I believe so.
Yes,
I believe
it is.
all open weight. Yeah. So what are you guys doing to kind of try to prepare for that?
So the main thing that we've talked about that we need to do more is fight other people, just not each other. Because at Keiko, we are in a real bad habit of only fighting each other. And it's not like the guys haven't offered to spar us, but a lot of the times we're like, no, we'll just fight each other.
Our default is to go to the other girl and fight her.
Right. But we think it would be helpful just because the guys at the club are bigger than us. And since, I mean, I'm currently the lightest female registered for the tournament, it would be helpful for me, I think, to go against some bigger bodies. I think that's the big thing, is just trying to fight different people.
Yeah, I've seen I think I've seen you fight Dakota and Steven and I mean you guys have fought Jared before too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jared, Rick, we fought. Or I fought. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. We've gotten a little bit around, yeah.
Nice.
Which of the guys at Dallas Sumo Club is your favorite one to fight?
Okay. I think my favorite recently has just been Rick because he's the only one that's like used Supati on me.
Really?
I feel like normally the guys are like they hesitate to do that kind of thing, but then my first match with Rick, he got me straight across the jaw. And I was like, okay, this is what I've been missing.
Hell yeah. I think if I were in that position, I would also really, really like to have that experience because it would make me feel like, okay, now I feel like I'm fighting as an equal. You know what I kind of mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, especially when we first started, a lot of the guys were more timid around us.
Exactly.
Like they were worried about just like, obviously the whole anatomy thing, I think made them uncomfortable. But we've both said several times, like, we know what we're doing.
Yeah,
like this is a contact sport. We knew what we were signing up for.
We won't sue you if you try to fight us. I mean,
hit us. Like,
Punch
that's
me
why
in the
we're
titty,
here.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, how am I gonna get good unless you know, smack me
Right.
around a bit? You
I
know, it's
don't-
all in
I
good
don't-
fun.
Yeah, we don't need to be coddled. You know, we're not going to get better that way.
And I think that was kind of like one of the first initial things too, was like we didn't want to chase you guys off, you know, we didn't want to just rough you up and be like, oh fuck this, we're not doing this anymore. But
they were so mean. I want to go home and cry. Yeah.
But I'm glad you guys have stuck around, and it's you know, it's really hard to you know, attract women to sumo, you know, from the club's perspective, just because it does have that whole, you know, big dudes in diapers hugging at high speeds kind of, you know, mindset. But once you get past that initial kind of, what would you call that weird first impression of sumo, I guess?
Stereotype,
that's right. Once you get past the stereotype and you kind of see it for what it is, I mean, it's fun, and it is for everyone, you know, in my opinion.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys are doing to try to prepare besides just, you know, fighting more different people? Any specific techniques you've been working on or anything like that?
Technique wise, I have been trying to practice a lot more, not so much belt work, trying to keep distance between myself and an opponent, because like I said earlier, if I get into a pushing match, I'm not going to win. So I need to find alternate ways that I could be successful.
Yeah, and I think since I do fight Catelin so often, I think I've gotten really reliant on just being able to push someone out, which won't always be the case. So I've been trying to work on using techniques, just literally anything other than that, to kind of anything else to kind of get ready.
Remember whenever we had that Keiko, what was it, like a couple weeks ago, whenever Sam at the Arlington School of Self-Defense was kind of directing us to do like pushing only bouts and then like, belt only bouts?
Yes.
I feel like that kind of like helped you like identify some stuff where you're like, oh man, I could totally do this, or oh man, I need to work on this, or...
Definitely with the pushing only, a lot of the supati. I think that was the first time I tried using it in a match. And I remember at first, the first time we tried it, I clocked Natalie pretty good.
It was a straight up bitch slap. Like,
I
it was
hit her,
completely
and then
illegal.
I immediately like, backed up. I was like, yo, man, I'm sorry. But now it's something I've started using more, and I'm like, you're gonna get hit. It's what it is.
I got a thick noggin. I can take it.
Hey, same. But that's kind of like what I got out of it too. In fact, I felt like that practice that we had, like I really like leveled up, because it kind of helped me identify, you know, some things that like some strengths that I had, and then some things I needed to improve on. But that's kind of like what I've been doing. I wanted to get more like aggressive, you know, with the pushing and the thrusting. And I've always been kind of like intimidated to do that, because I just feel like, I mean, I got these long, you know, arms, but they're all like skinny. I feel like I'm built like a candy apple. But I just feel like I'm just like, I got this big core, but I just got these flappy, you know, earthworms, you know, just kind of smacking around at people. Do you guys like know of any like good like kind of back or arm workouts or anything like that? Or
I mean, I do the same like 4 thing.
I was gonna
in the
say,
gym.
yeah, just consistency. Incline bench press is one of my go-tos. I love curls, tricep extensions, lat pull downs.
I've been doing the pull downs and the curls, but what you said, tricep extensions?
Tricep extensions.
So you can either like hold like a dumbbell behind your head and kind of like drop it like this,
Yeah.
Sorry, as a podcast, no one can see what I'm doing. But kind of lowering
taking a
it.
hand weight and just sticking it behind your head repeatedly.
This movement.
Yeah. Listen to the wind moving and estimate what I'm doing. Yeah, that, or there's the machine that you have the bar you can grab and just pull down with your elbows bending. I don't know. I feel like I'm really bad.
So do you guys think that like the experience that you do have with like weightlifting and stuff that has made you better at sumo?
Oh, for sure.
I don't know about that.
Oh.
Only because with powerlifting, the movement, it's just 3 movements. I don't know the right word to describe it. But like, for example, a squat, you go up, you go down. Sumo's a lot more dynamic than that. There's a lot more intricacies, I would say, and a lot more variables to it than there is with powerlifting. Powerlifting is great for strength, and it still does require technique, but I would say not to the same extent that sumo is.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
I mean, I think especially with Natelie, yeah, and I mean, anyone that's talked about Natelie points out she looks like she lifts every day. I mean, because she does. Her legs are tree trunks. She has a strong core, which comes from her background in lifting. So I do think that's helped her a lot, especially with her tachi and her ability to kind of out muscle other wrestlers.
I paid her to say all that about me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just comes from all that pig wrestling.
Yeah.
It's that farm life.
Like 2 pigs a day. Eat 4 cobs of corn.
Oh my god.
So you guys live in Tyler. Do you like live in town, or is it like way out in the country?
We're actually in a town called Frankston. It has a population of like 1,000, and we live out in the sticks.
What's the biggest town close to you?
Tyler, I would
I
say.
guess if you want to consider that a big town, we would say Tyler.
Yeah. That shows how small we are, is that we think Tyler is just huge.
And yet you still drive 2 hours to come to Arlington every weekend.
Yep.
Yes, we are
Yeah.
willing to brave the traffic to
Our
get
carbon
there.
emissions have gone way up.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Dude,
planet.
That's why I just don't drive. I do not even have a driver's license. Ever since I got to Texas,
She
I
makes me
decided,
drive.
all right, I'm never going to do it. I'm never driving because these drivers are fucking crazy. I will die. I will literally just die.
We get stuck behind an accident every time we're
Every
in
week.
Dallas.
So we have to leave like 4 hours early for practice just to maybe get there on time.
Oh.
So you work at a hospital?
Yeah, I'm in nursing school right now. So I extern up there. So yeah, I'm usually at the hospital either like 2 or 3 days a week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to know, Caitlin, what is your day job?
I work at an elementary school with all our lovely children.
Oh.
Do they know
So
you
I
do
work at-
sumo?
Yes, and they love to talk about it.
Awesome.
I love after the Consulate's Cup, I had actually brought my medal up, and at the time I was doing a long-term subbing position. I was like, all right, guys, here's my medal. I passed it around, and all the kids were like, Miss Jones, you beating people up? Yes, that's what I do.
And you're next.
Yeah. No, they love it. They know about the next tournament in Houston. They're like, Miss Jones, you better win. I'm like, I'm trying, guys. I don't go trying to lose.
Do you ever try to like teach them some of the moves or anything like that?
No. A lot of them, I think, just believe it's WWE. No matter how many times I've tried explaining it, once we're past that conversation, it's back to WWE. So it's
Aw.
Like, Miss Jones, you ever powerbomb anyone?
Show me your suplex, Mrs. Jones.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where do you two see yourselves in the future with your sumo journey? What's your 5-year plan for sumo?
I think my number one goal is finally being good at tying the mawashi.
Okay, so for me, this goal may be a little unrealistic, but I don't know. I really want to go big and I want to do well, and I have nothing else to do with my life, so I might as well focus on sumo. I mean, I've been thinking a lot about like competing at nationals or making it to worlds. And where I am right now, it's not likely, but I'm going to keep showing up to Keiko. I'm going to keep busting my ass, and maybe it'll happen. So that's...
No, I could definitely see it happening, because I mean, you guys came in like kind of already having like this, you know, fire, and then
It's like that one pop star said, you came in like a wrecking ball.
But if the Consulates Cup was any indication, that really was like, you know, on both of y'all's parts, some like kick-ass sumo, and like everybody was impressed. Like everybody talked about y'all. It was really fucking cool.
That's true. Yeah.
And so no, I could really see you guys like, you know, like going far.
So you see yourself on the doyo at Worlds one of these days?
I dream about that. Realistically, I don't know. But I don't know. I'm just going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to be focusing on working on technique, doing what I can do to improve myself as a wrestler. And I don't know, maybe one day, I mean, stranger things have happened. It's...
You just got to keep doing your style of sumo.
Yeah, your brand of sumo.
But no, I honestly, I could see it like kind of happening. I could see like, you know, like Jared too. I could see Jared like, you know, going, like,
definitely.
Another one who's got a background in pro wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jared.
But yeah,
maybe that's what we're missing, is we don't have our pro wrestling background.
Go to the pro wrestling circuit, and then we'll be ready.
Well, hit up Jared. He'll show you a few pointers.
Yeah, Jared and Esty. So like in the world of pro sumo, you know, there's kind of, and this kind of relates to like a research project, you know, that we're doing. Whenever people first read about pro sumo, they bring up the scandals, you know, and they like Haruma Fuji, you know, fighting that dude, or Asa Shoryu fighting that dude, or, you know, was there anything about sumo in that respect that might have kind of made you raise an eyebrow, or kind of made you feel like, ew, what if that happens in the American amateur scene? Or
not really. So it's probably not a good way to feel. But I think the controversy keeps it interesting. And so, especially with like Asa Shoryu, who did not really fit into the Yokozuna mold in terms of how to act. I don't know. On the outside, I was like, oh, that's bad. Don't do that. On the inside, I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, you be you. And don't let the Japanese Sumo Association tell you what you got to be like. Just
exactly. The JSA to me, like, I just always thought they're just kind of like stuffy old guys, you know, stuck in their ways, and then just kind of wrinkle their nose at anything that's too different from what their narrow vision is supposed to be, or whatever.
I'm gonna be honest. I really think the controversy makes it interesting sometimes too.
I do too, especially because like if they act the way they're supposed to act, I mean, it gets kind of repetitive. You need that little bit of spice every now and again.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's gonna lose their job today?
Right? You need those sumo bad boys. You need Hakuho like screaming at Terunofuji when he
I
like
need that
beats
personally.
Yeah.
See, for me, like, one of the things I was kind of surprised about, you know, that whole Asa Shoryu thing was somebody said that there was could have possibly been like a rival faction in the JSA that was like very anti-Mongolian. And then they had like ties to like, you know, these Yakuza guys.
Oh,
yeah, they just hired someone to go like mess with them until he finally punched the guy.
Well, in that case, Asa Shoryu's definitely in the right if they were setting him up. My man did nothing wrong. Get him back in.
But, you know, it's like doing that scandal research kind of like made me feel like, man, I don't want to like bum anybody out. But you guys have totally made me feel better hearing that. It makes it more interesting. I'm like, oh, right.
Yeah, okay. they love this shit. They want more scandals. Give the people what they want.
The amateur sumo circuit needs that. Who's gonna
more? Yeah, you need to start it up.
Oh, I'm sure you guys have heard of Backflip Gate by now.
Yeah, okay. If that's who I'm thinking, are we talking about what happened at
the Egyptian wrestler?
I just read about it yesterday because I heard people talking about it, but I didn't really know what happened. But then, yeah, I finally went and read about that. I mean, he was warned. He did get a warning.
That's what we said.
And then he
was warned.
He chose to keep acting that way. So, I mean, it's kind of on him.
Yeah,
but it is interesting. I think it makes we're still talking about it. So
Exactly. How many months has it been now?
Yeah, true. But if you wanted to watch the actual video, if you go to the Sumo Punx YouTube channel, like we have that whole bout and like everything
sweet.
that happened on there.
Even with the judge, not the judge, the coach getting all angry, getting
That
moved.
is former pro Rikishi
I saw
Osuna
that.
Arashi, who was actually kicked out of the JSA. Well, he was forced to retire or whatever.
Yeah, forced to retire.
Because he decided to go driving around without a license in Japan. I can't remember exactly where. And then got into a wreck. That's another weird thing about pro sumo. The Rikishi aren't allowed to drive.
Yeah. I mean, that is a weird rule to enforce on them. I mean, I would like to know why. What was the thought process when they decided that was a thing?
Well, there's a whole lot of stories about them, like, going out to the izakaya and getting all loaded and eating all of the food out of the restaurant. So I'm pretty sure they're like,
true. Yeah.
We don't want these drunk Rikishi, just running into street lights and mowing on pedestrians and stuff.
Maybe that's what it is. They do tend to drink a lot. That's just kind of part of their training. They eat a lot and drink a lot. So maybe it's like a safety thing. Like, we know these guys are going to have about 30 beers. So let's make sure they're not driving.
We don't need these unhinged big men running around.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want Taka Misakari behind the wheel? No.
As you may already know, we are big fans of most kinds of music. If not all, there's probably something from every genre.
I listen to everything. And when I say everything, I really mean everything.
Except fashy shit.
Nah.
But what are you guys' favorite genres of music? Who are your favorite musicians?
Okay, so I will listen to pretty much everything except country. I listen to a lot of foreign music, a lot of Korean music, German music. Yeah, I'll pretty much listen to anything.
So
yeah,
I don't think the K-pop stands that I keep hearing about.
Yes,
I have dabbled in the K-pop. Yes, I'm more into like Korean hip hop, but I was at one point a BTS stan. That is out in the open. Yep, everybody's gonna know.
It's okay. I like some really obnoxious stuff. Like, I used to babysit whenever I was, about like 15 years ago? And whenever I babysat, the girls I babysat made me watch a whole lot of Hannah Montana. And so, like, I have a soft spot in my heart for Miley Cyrus. It's pretty bad.
Hannah Montana's got some bops.
I mean, you can't knock her.
So don't feel bad about BTS. That's definitely better than my musical Armageddon.
What about you, Natalie?
So I think I tend towards more of like the rock side of things.
Yeah.
Lots of the classics, new stuff too. I don't know. I'm the world's worst when it comes to literally naming anything specific in music. I gotta go to a Panic at the Disco concert recently, so that's my music news, I guess. Oh, and then since we're sharing our deep, dark music secrets, I'll say my guilty pleasure is probably like Broadway tunes. I can jam out to those. Dude. Yeah, Hamilton, Les Mis, the whole 9 yards.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I fucking love musicals. You have no idea.
She does.
I love that shit. Oh my god. Les Mis, fucking Little Shop of Horrors, Chicago, of course. Just all that shit. That's so cool. It's so rare that I meet anybody else that's not like in their 60s who's into that. That's awesome. That's pretty much all the questions we had. Did you guys have any shout outs? Where can people find you on the social medias? Any last words for us?
You guys find me on Instagram at __ Jones.
And then since I don't have mine memorized, go to her page and find me.
All right, and definitely look out for these two at the Houston Sumo Open at the Japanese Night Festival.
Tokyo Night Festival.
Ah, damn it. I thought I was doing so well at that until the Tokyo Night Festival. They're in Houston. The location has changed, so definitely make sure you know where you're supposed to go this time.
Yeah, Tokyo Night Festival, November 11th. It is going to be in Houston. It's going to be awesome. You're going to be able to see the Joneses kick many asses, and it is a sight to
you're gonna be able to
behold.
keep up with the Joneses.
Keep up with the Joneses.
I'm sure you guys hear that stupid ass joke all the time.
But hit them up on the social media. You can also find us on the social media. We're Sumo Punx on pretty much everything except
Make sure
for
you're
Twitter.
spelling punks with an X. On the Twitter, we're Punx Sumo because I fucked up the Twitter. Also, rate us if you liked this show. Go to our Redbubble shop, get some t-shirts and shit. We're not going to talk about how I keep talking about putting new designs on there and not putting new designs on there. And that's our show.
Yeah.
Till next time.
All right, and thank you guys. I really appreciate y'all.
You ruined my bye. Not yet. We got to do the bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.